In a small town called Willow Creek, there were four friends who loved adventures and exploring new places. Their names were Layla, Sami, Nora, and Tariq. One day, as they roamed the forest near their homes, they noticed something unusual behind the dense trees. It was an old building covered in climbing plants, seeming as though it hadn't been opened for hundreds of years. The children approached cautiously, and as they entered through the small door, they found themselves in a place unlike any library they had seen before. The walls were covered in glowing, ancient books, and there was a faint scent of old paper and dried flowers. In the center of the room was a large book lying open on a stone table, with a sign above it reading, "Choose your story, but beware, for each book is a door to another world." The children looked at each other in astonishment and excitement. Layla said eagerly, "It seems this library is magic." No one knew what might happen, but their love for adventure pushed them forward. Sami approached the large book and began reading aloud. "Whoever opens this book, prepare for an unforgettable adventure. Choose one book and enter the world you select. But remember, to return, you must solve the puzzles and challenges you encounter." Nora hesitated slightly and said, "What if we can't come back?" Tariq replied with a reassuring smile, "We'll be together, and as a team, we're sure to find our way back." The children chose the first book, titled The Kingdom of Lost Dreams. As soon as they opened the book, the library began to change. Suddenly, they found themselves in a beautiful kingdom covered in golden roses, yet the atmosphere was full of mystery. The sky was overcast with dark clouds, and the people in the kingdom seemed asleep, even as they walked and talked. An old man in regal attire approached them and said, "Welcome, adventurers. You are in the kingdom of dreams, where no one fully awakens. To return home, you must awaken the Dream Queen, asleep in the grand castle. But it will not be easy, as puzzles await you at every corner." Holding each other's hands, the children began their journey towards the grand castle. They felt a bit of fear, but they were also excited for this adventure. On their way, they faced the first riddle at an ancient bridge crossing a flowing river. The guard, a massive stone statue, began moving as they approached and said in a deep voice, "To cross, you must solve this riddle. What sleeps during the day and wakes at night, but is not a living creature?" The children pondered deeply. Then Nora said, "It's the moon." The moon disappears during the day and appears at night. The statue smiled, and the bridge opened for the children to cross to the other side. They continued on their path, facing several other challenges, from enchanted mazes to word puzzles that vanished into the air. But they always cooperated, relying on their wit and teamwork. They learned that working together was the only way to solve challenges and escape difficult situations. After a long journey, they finally reached the grand castle, where they found the queen asleep on her throne. A small golden box lay beside her, with a key on it. Tariq said, "This seems to be the key to ending our adventure." But as they approached the queen, a gigantic shadow creature appeared and exclaimed, "No one can awaken the queen without facing one last challenge." This was the toughest moment. The creature said, "Here is your final riddle. The more you take from it, the more it grows. The more you give to it, the less it becomes. What is it?" The children thought silently. Then Layla quickly said, "It's time. The more you take, time passes, and the more you give to others, the less it remains." The dark creature bowed and vanished, and the queen slowly began to awaken. When she opened her eyes, she thanked the children and said, "Thanks to your courage and wit, my kingdom is freed from the eternal sleep curse."